70 old, Corin?
Yes.
No, it's not that old, is it?
It is.
I am always proud of my dad. He's an amazing man, and he has got so much going on in his heart and his head.
He's generous with his time, with his heart, with his pocketbook, even though in times that hasn't been easy for him, you know, but he's always ready to help.
Hardworking, compassionate. He'll give the shirt off his back to somebody if they need it.
Handsome, charming. He's very charming, very smart, very wise.
Smart, funny, and smart and funny.
He's very wise, but gentle and compassionate with his wisdom. Tries to give his wisdom, but at the same time doesn't force it. You know, he's very gentle with that. So, and generous, you know, he's super generous and just a loving, super loving guy.
I mean, he's determined. He has determination, and like I say, he's very strong-willed. Otherwise, he wouldn't have lived as long as he has lived and accomplished as much as he has accomplished. So.
Well, he always tries to do the right thing, and if he sees a wrong, he says so and tries to make it right.
Caring, loving, funny, exciting, really nice and stuff like that.
I really didn't argue with him because he was always right. So he always proved us wrong. It was a losing battle, so it wasn't any fun.
He's pretty funny. He likes to crack jokes a lot. He's pretty stubborn at times. He's really caring. He loves to help everybody out in any way that he can.
He was, to me, was handsome and, you know, had that kind of Cary Grant, Clark Gable look about him.
Encyclopedia. He's like a human encyclopedia. Highly intelligent.
He's turning 70. He's tall, and he's good at hand and foot.
He's pretty goofy. A funny personality. He's skinny and has a mustache. He likes to be in his garden and grow stuff. He's pretty much funny.
He's a kind grandfather.
One of the things that is amazing about my dad is that he's very generous, and he just is constantly giving, and you know, I hope that that's how I am for now and the rest of my life.
Generous. Gabe always is a giving in so many different ways, whether it's going on vacation as a family, whether it's you know, us bringing the boys over and hanging out with them, and just very, very generous and kind, absolutely.
How much he wants to help everybody. Seems like he's living to help all of his children and grandchildren.
Sometimes I'd say he's a mad scientist.
He's a scientist. And I would think that that was a huge deal. I was really proud to say he was a scientist at the University of Washington.
I remember he used to bring home little pictures of chromosomes, and we would cut them out and play with them, and I thought it was so cool that he was researching on cancer.
My dad is a very passionate person, and I mean, he is awesome that way, and I definitely am a very passionate person too, and I really think that I picked up on that from him.
I always want to be learning something, and I always want to be, you know, learning a new skill or reading about someone who I didn't know about. And I think I get that from my dad because that's who he is, really. He's just you know, this font of knowledge that doesn't seem to end.
I just remember this love from my dad, just climbing all over him and just loving him and looking at his smile. And
he set us up to be lifelong learners, and I think that's really important. And just to care for each other and forgive each other and love each other.
No, he was very caring to the girls. Very getting them to learn, you know, be good in school and do lots of things.
He always told us, you know, we could do anything we wanted to do and that we were going to college. And so that was his deal.
And anything you'd say that you wanted to do, you know, as a kid, his answer was, oh yeah, you could do that. Yeah, you could do anything you want. You could be anything you want, no problem.
The one thing that I know about my dad is that he would be there for any of us. If we needed anything at any time, it wouldn't matter.
And still to this day, you know, if we need something, we can call Dad.
You know, my children love their grandfather, love him. And so it's funny because the instant he walks in the door, they will come running from all over the house, from wherever they might be, every time he comes. And so he might have been there in the morning and then showed up again in the evening, and it doesn't matter. They'll do it each time.
I really love my grandpa. He's so nice, and I always look forward to going over to Grandma and Grandpa's house because I want to see Grandpa and joke around with him. And
oh, he's been awesome. He's just been awesome. My oldest son was my son from a previous marriage, and he accepted him into the family with open arms right from the get-go, and that really meant a lot to me and to my family. And then with the other kids, and he's just awesome. You know, they think he's the greatest.
His nickname's Goomba. I have no idea why.
He lifts me up and gives me hugs like that.
Watching him interact with our kids and seeing that here's a grandpa that really loves his grandkids and a dad that really loves his daughter and is very proud of his daughter. I think that's really special to us, but for me too, just to see his interaction, you know, is a really neat experience.
Well, he's my grandpa. Not very many people can say that about him.
I think every birthday and every whatever that came around, oh well, I won't make it through this year for sure. You know, I've got this and that and the other thing wrong, and I'm not going to make it. And it, you know, became one of those family jokes that, oh, well, there he goes again. And
he was, you know, always by the time he's 50, he's going to be dead, you know, and he's going to be 70. So, you know, he's going to outlive us all, and I'm thankful.
He's 70 years old, and he talks often about his health and the different things that he's watching out for, but he's a funny guy because he's going to live to be like 140. And the whole time he's going to be talking about how, yeah, you got to watch out this part of his health, that part of his health. Well, the rest of us are going to keel over well before that.
He would kind of talk about how when he's not going to be here, when he's not around, and here we are at 70, Dad.